Today we'll be talking about Nicholas Godejohn. Essentially, if you don't know who that is Gypsy Rose Blanchard's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, who happened to murder her mother, Dee Dee Blanchard, or what was it, Dee Dee? Yeah, Dee Dee, in her bed in the night of the murder. The thing about Nicholas Godejohn is that he is, just to put it nicely, he's a bit dim-witted, let's just say, and he was obviously manipulated by Gypsy Rose to do the act for her, essentially. And there are multiple theories, there are multiple, cases where, okay, this guy, maybe he had a bit of, he loved Gypsy so much that he would do anything for her, or that he was just a psychopath to begin with and just murdered her straight up without Dee Dee's like provocation. But I think the real answer to the Nicholas Godejohn question is, so when you have a person who is obviously dim-witted and someone of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's stature, her smartness, her IQ, all those types of things, Nicholas Godejohn, he came from a family where it was very small. He never really had any friends, and he was always desolate. He was always secluded. And for someone like Gypsy Rose to come into his life, it must have been like God coming down from heaven to like bless him, essentially. And he would do anything for that sort of thing. So I think loneliness was an aspect of it also. Gypsy Rose Blanchard just simply had enough of her mother. Like, I understand they were pretty much like a team. I don't care what anyone says, they were scamming together. Like, she was just born a scammer along with her mother. Like, her mother has history with like stealing and stuff from her previous family, and there were theories that she actually killed her mother by denying her food during the last weeks and months of her life, days of her life, sorry. Which is why I feel like Gypsy Rose Blanchard should have her baby taken away from her, because I don't know, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, if that's the right wording. And of course, she desperately wanted to get away from her mother, so why couldn't she? Why couldn't she just walk out of that home and say, I'm not actually disabled, my mother was actually doing these sorts of things, and people will say, oh yeah, that's just a thing for Munchausen, what was it, Munchausen by proxy, whatever the fuck it's called, right? Even if she did like go and try to talk to the police, she's so psychologically impaired that something might happen to her, so that's why she never left in the first place. But I don't believe that for a fact. I believe she was probably smarter than Dee Dee at that very point in time. She is probably smart. No, she is smarter than Dee Dee in the first place. And just like her mother, she has that psychopathic knack, this sociopathic knack, and she was like, you know what? I'm not gonna just leave. I'm gonna kill this woman, and I'm gonna get someone else to do it as well. She got this lonely, dim-witted person that she met online. They met up. They did all the sorts of things together, and convinced this low IQ individual to do the murdering with him, essentially. And why I say together is because there was plenty of evidence, plenty of proof that she also stabbed Dee Dee as well, that she wasn't hiding away and stuff. But I'm not quite sure. But that's just a theory. I believe people are smarter than they actually are. The world of empathy, only goes so far, when it comes to individuals like these, because Dee Dee, even though she was secluded, all these sorts of things, she had the internet, she had books, she had all sorts of different things, and she was talking to her mother and stuff. So, and like I said again, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. In conclusion, I mean, I just pretty much said it. I mean, like Nicholas Godejohn, like I won't say God bless him because he did the stabbings and stuff. And we will talk about the autopsy photos later. I'm not going to show the photos, but I'm going to describe them for you guys. Is definitely a sick individual, but she was pushed. Um, Gypsy pretty much poured gasoline over the whole thing. She said like she made this thing a whole lot worse, and she got away with it at the end of the day. I mean, the courts have decided that that because she was a victim of Munchausen by proxy, and she just had this really crazy ex. These things just happened, but she was also implicated because they were like talking about that sort of thing as well. Usually, when you talk about that sort of thing and plan, you would stay in prison for a whole lot longer, if not for the rest of your life. But again, in this world of empathy, you know how it is. I'm sure everyone knows how it is. If you liked my opinion, please do the things, such as subscribe, comment, like, reblog, post on Twitter, everything like that sort of thing. And yeah, thank you for watching my video, and goodbye.